Clickbait headlines are as old as newspapers themselves. In newspapers throughout history, journalists have had the task of writing an intriguing headline to draw their readers in. We are the public servants that objectively report the news in our world. As the Society of Professional Journalists Code of Ethics says, we report the information the public should know, to give a voice to the voiceless, and to hold those in power accountable. Clickbait can overshadow this purpose. A landmark in the history of clickbait is when the New York World published their comic strip Hogan's Alley with the character the Yellow Kid. People were buying the newspaper to read a comic strip rather than the news. From the Yellow Kid, sensational journalism was born. The ethical issue with clickbait titles is that they exploit information. Jon Stewart told New York Magazine that clickbait articles are similar to the carnival barkers at Coney Island when they say, "Come on in here and see a three-legged man." "So you walk in," Stewart said, "and it's a guy with a crutch." Stewart's example is a perfect instance of how clickbait deceives audiences. Clickbait is a typical way for news establishments to measure digital presence. With information becoming more accessible, the desperation for ways to make money for these establishments has increased. Issues like validity are compromised when clickbait headlines are overused. According to Coast Digital's Peter Fitzgerald's case study, clickbait plays off of the audience's emotions like anger, humor, nostalgia, and cute animal pictures to attract more traffic. In addition to overshadowing journalists' primary role as public servant, the SPJ also states that journalists should show compassion for their subjects and heightened sensitivity with intense ones. Tabloid news establishments are an example of compromising their ethics when it comes to intense subjects. Ben Smith, BuzzFeed's editor-in-chief, even defined clickbait as a headline that fails to deliver on its promise to the reader. By deceiving the audience, clickbait contradicts what journalism stands for, speaking the truth. Clickbait is unethical because it does not support the idea of objectivity. Clickbait uses emotionally charged words and deceives the audience, all in the name of business. If anything, clickbait reminds us that it takes a certain skill for journalists to write engaging and ethical headlines, and only the best and honest journalists will rise above the rest.